Yo, my empire, matey. Thank you, matey. Thank you, matey. Every little inch helps, matey. Thank you, matey. Thank you, matey. Thank you. Now I can do my job. Have it to yourself, matey. If it's so important, it's nothing special about me. It's nothing special about you. Bland. No color. How can you live with no Africans? Thank you, matey. He's a good soldier and bodyguard, matey. Thank you, matey. So he didn't have to suffer by himself, but it's not like he needs help. Everybody needs help, matey. What I'm talking about, matey. That's enough about those people, matey. Thank you. But for the music, matey, it's not like he's stupid. Well, I mean, thank you. There is something going on. A secret society, matey, that we've captured. But now you can have it to yourself. The vampire castle, matey. But thank you, matey. You asking too much, you know what I mean? Have something to yourself. But thank you, my friend. The first thing is paying off all the bills. The second thing is having trillions of dollars. You're defeated, matey. Try to worry about all these niggers and people with big dicks and look on the internet, matey. That's why I said thank you, matey. I'm happy for my family and friends. See Dub and Hems and everybody. One day you're beautiful. The next day you're ugly. But thank you, man. Not that it's going to do something, but it makes a difference, matey. For the empire, matey. Now you can see the leader, matey. But thank you, bro. Not that he wants to live in this world. If it's inevitable, then we've got the same problem. But that's enough about those people, matey. That's the problem with you. But thank you, matey. The way I see it, matey, I've got children already. Come to the bitter end. The bitter end is always the worst, matey. What I'm trying to tell you is, have something to yourself. The way I see it, you're supposed to be a tsotsi in Doda. How do you think Africans feel? How do you think we feel? But thank you. Thank you for that, matey. What I'm trying to say is, spend time with your family, matey. It's the leader of our people. The worst thing about it, matey, they too bland, you know what I mean? They shouldn't be questioning the leader. But I guess it was horrible. But we're not racist, matey. There's even white ones. But the worst is niggers with dicks and what have you. So I guess I got to put a thing for no children. But that's the thing, you're saying I've got no children. Whether they are children in your custody or children that are responsible for the leader. That's what I'm sad about. But I'm happy the job is done. Look how I'm left. But what I'm saying is, there's a secret society that's better than our secret society. But what I'm happy for is my bodyguard. Yeah, my best bodyguard is hurt, but unless he saw something. But yeah, for the music, matey. Our music is important, matey. For a billion reasons, matey. But, you have your episodes. But what I'm saying is, Of course, the Roman Empire can measure every drop of water. Of course, I got children that want to learn to be like a warrior, mate. Thank you, mate. Another episode, mate. Because you got your episodes, mate. So they must have our episodes. But big up to my Maori friends who are also visitors. But if we're always visitors, mate, have it to yourself. Don't try to talk about the stomach. Yeah, but you know, the thing is, mate, you've got all the formalities of the High Court, mate. The court and the royal chambers, mate. The emperor who is available is the emperor. Don't be talking philosophy and stuff like that. The ancient world is talking about gold. What can gold do if you can't stay awake? But nice try. But the same thing happens to the foreigners. You talk about skinny white girls and all these biker gangs. At the bitter end, finally it happened. We're not snitches. We're a major problem. Patience is a virtue, but all that bullshit has to stop. But thank you. I'll make sure that you get something decent, mate. Well, decent, mate. But what I'm trying to tell you is, mate, first of all, have a few minutes to yourself. Something to yourself. You've had nothing to yourself. Well, that's how I found out. Thank you. It was important to show him. Well, I mean, he wants his own episodes, mate. He's a grown man. He's not a kid. He's not useless. What hurts the most is our equipment, our opportunity. Finally, have something to yourself. Because you came to this level, which is the worst level. So have it to yourself. Well, that's what I'm saying. Before you call the cops which are innocent. Before you try to call all of this world of yours, have it to yourself. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you. You don't even have a plate of sadza to yourself. You've got to share everything. Well, you've come to this level. Well, I'm not trying to diss you. Not with the mind. But if I'm drinking, then the empire must drink. But thank you, mate. Don't call somebody a dirtbag, mate. But this is the cat and mouse game, mate. But thank you, bro. But what I'm sad about most, mate, TikTok, mate, is done and dusted. I'm just happy that I've got my bodyguard, mate. I trust his counsel. I trust his advice. What I'm talking about is, don't hassle him. This is what I'm talking about, mate. It's an episode for our empire. It's been a long time. You're asking too much. But thank you, man. Thank you, man. This is time to show you of whether you're blind, what you can talk about, mate. Instead of trying to realize the world is in the center of the universe. In between that half of the universe and the other half, there's only us. Thank you, man. Finally, you can see that you can finish women. You can hurt the police. You can fucking hurt my bodyguard. But thank you. Hey, thank you for what you've done. You showed me how long you want the episodes, so that's what I try to tell you, mate. Forget about those places. Talk about where you are. What I think is it doesn't exist. What I think is there's something dangerous. But in order to talk to the darkness, well, thank you. But what I'm trying to tell you is they're so worried about all these Pakia white people, Africans and stuff, without realizing that you could be in Africa now. You could still be in Zimbabwe. But that's what I'm talking about. So you've got your episodes. So if you've got your philosophy and your episodes, who cares? Well, I mean, you seem to think you're something. But what I think is, does it exist? These places are scary, mate. They're spooky, mate. So we've got to give you an episode, mate. Sometimes what you're asking for, you say, what happened to you? Well, it's not just my advice. It's just not just my bodyguard. It's my family. It's not my son. It's not my son. That's what I found out. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Why you've got to be like this. Well, if I can't go to sleep, then it can't be one person. Well, that's what I said. Whether you're talking about Australia or anybody, how can you not think about a community? Well, at least it's funny. But is it so funny? Yeah, but thank you. What I'm happy about is I got my own soldier. How can you depend on another person that could possibly be something horrible? Maybe he was scared, but he's got a right to be scared. Yeah, but what I'm trying to tell you, mate, I miss my bodyguard, mate. What I'm upset about is how close we are to the hierarchy. What I'm happy about is not the beggars and thieves. What I'm happy is, well, there has to be good news. But the first thing with a secret society, have it to yourself. Because you've had nothing to yourself. So why should I be jealous? The first thing is understand you'll be by yourself. So have it to yourself. I'll be back, my friend. Yeah, but in that space of time, anything could happen. We're not against you. But have it to yourself. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Well, that's what I'm talking about, mate. Some of these houses are old. But that's what I'm talking about. Nothing else matters. Well, the greatest fear is upon us. But what I think is too much. So I think they had no option. So probably the person feels it's not important. If it's not important, then the person wouldn't do that, would he? But I mean, have it to yourself, mate. Before you make a mistake. But what I'm trying to say is, too many people make that mistake. Mistaking something that's normal for something that's not. Yeah, he's not a servant, but neither are you. What I'm saying is, it's another episode. At least as funny. Well, we'll slowly get there. Step by step, you know what I mean? Of course you got episodes, so it's the bitter end, you know what I mean? The bitter end is worse than the beginning. Probably because, you know, what I'm sad about is my equipment. There's more that hurts. Where's my girlfriend? Well, that's why I done that. Because if there's a king, there must be a queen. I can't speak for women. Yeah, but it's the bitter end. The bitter end, you know what I mean? where you think you're so clever. If it's not my house, then why do we need to pay the rent? Because I had to pay for my house. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Well, that's what the empire is talking about. Well, what I think is the person doesn't understand the world is in the center of the universe. So pretend from that side of the universe to the other side. Listen to the person instead of saying it doesn't exist. It exists. It's only hidden away. But you have hidden yourself away. So probably the person thinks it's impossible. Whatever you're talking about, mate. Just another day in the biker gangs, mate. Another episode, but it's another episode. So what I think is, one day it's popular, one day it's not popular. But this is a negotiation, so thank you. So we'll try to make an episode. But if that's what I can do, what I think is, there's too many murderers, mate. Too many thieves. There's too many people that blame the government. There's too many people that want to copy someone. But what I think is probably, if it existed, it's allowed. But what I need to make sure is people don't think your episodes are better. But just in case I fart, there's not the same smell, mate, of Africans and whites that are stinking. There's not the same episode, mate. Because too many people are foolish, mate. But set the souls free. Pay with money. But that's what I'm talking about. Somehow we are connected. But not the mind. The mind is important. But even more important is sleep. But I mean, you are incapacitated. So now we've got an episode. So we'll slowly get there. But what I think is, forget Africa. Forget all the shit on the internet. Before 60 million Africans kill us. Before millions of Matabele warriors kill us. Because I don't blame Africans. Of course it's horrible. But it must be horrible for whites. Must be horrible for coloreds. Maybe that's why the Africans realized, hey, all the coloreds are wiped out. Yeah, but you know, the problem with you don't understand, mate. You're at the bitter end. You're asking too much. All those formalities and stuff. Which is why you always need to teach people, mate. Just in case you're asking too much, have it to yourself. But I think it exists. But what I think is, what I'm happy about is help. Because if I can hide away from you, it exists. What I'm upset about is living in this bland world. How many people chose that side? Is probably why so many people are fighting for their life. So if you come with those options, then you need to scout, don't you? Because who's the clever person? Yeah, but it's the bitter end. What I think is they've borrowed money from our bank without realizing how bland, how ugly it is. But what I'm happy about is a lot of things. But it's the bitter end. So the bitter end, don't be the nosy person that opens the curtain. But in the bitter end, there's a lot of things I'm happy about. But like tobacco, mate. The ancient world could have been better. But I'm just upset, mate. Upset, you know, our parents are old. We're still stuck in this place, but I guess in the next life, what's the point of hurting you? There's no point in being the bad person. Well, that's what the leader's talking about. Well, all those things. You have your episode. So, surely you too close, you know what I mean? The closer you get, the sooner you realize, hey, maybe this person is fighting something. But what I think is, it doesn't exist. But you've got your episodes. So, you know how it is. Any man is good. Anybody's good. But not beggars and thieves. Well, that's how I found out. I found out a lot of stuff, but it's like you want to know about the problem. I caught you, but if I caught you, it's another episode. Your episodes are nonsense. So you're talking about the ancient world. Well, the ancient world is upon you, whether it's African or something. It's a lot better, but it doesn't help anybody. This will help because, well, it's not showing off. Yeah, but of course they've got no choice. But what I'm happy about is you're out of the ancient world. So it must have been horrible. But if it's horrible, isn't anything horrible? If it's not horrible, too many people want to hurt people without realizing, right? You need to sleep. You need to wake up. But then if you're not woken up, we are connected. So how can you connect us with a stranger? Well, that's what a colored person's talking about. Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. To hell with the mental world. I don't blame children, right? Because children have time. Old people are conning us. They found a way to live. But living is as easy as asking slaydem. What is to slay? Is to be slayed. Of course you want to cry. Of course you want to eat. Well, that's what I'm saying. Now people can see what I'm talking about. Here comes the awkward silence. But that doesn't make a difference in a pot in a stew. That doesn't make a difference. Well, for the empire, anything will make a difference. But what I'm happy about, the struggle is over. We know the struggle. The struggle is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is anything else except that shit. That shit, of course you miss your fucking own family. Well, of course. Well, that's what I'm talking about. What I'm happy about is members. What I'm upset about is not being stuck. I'm just happy about the bitter end. Whether it's African police, it's reliable, is responsible. That's what I'm upset about. You're talking about drugs, but the person is gone already. How can you come back? Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's you know what I mean. It's the what we talking about. Well, of course there's a secret society. But what I'm upset about is let him decide. Well, you know what I mean. We must go to sleep. So you're incapacitated. You're unconscious. But what I'm happy about is people are unanimous. People know there's something going on. But that's part and parcel of being able. What I'm trying to tell you is, mate, around the corner could be an army of goblins, mate, unless you patrol. Without the system, then that's what I'm talking about. Well, but that's what the people are talking about, so. Well, that's what I'm saying, mate. Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of characteristics, mate. The reason you don't know is because You're choosing the Roman Empire. You're choosing the white person without thinking of the innocent person, without thinking of the guilty person. There's no way it's possible. Well, it's a lot better, but, well, it's the famous day of the wasp nest. That's enough of those people, mate. That's your problem, mate. You don't understand how important those things are. Of course, we'll come with our own biker gangs, with our own bouncers. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's too many gangs that can't understand. You find all pieces. Yeah, but pieces of people. What's the best thing to do? Flood the world. Because if you're hiding away, well, you do what your customer is asking you. Of course, you won't live to that age. But now is what I'm talking about. That's what I try to tell you. You're busy saying I'm a rude person. If you're repeating yourself, I heard what you said. But you're not listening to the animals. You're not listening to the people. Why you want to live somewhere? If it's not my house, you could be burping out something. So I don't blame something for jumping inside. But I guess it's our parents, our job. But what I'm trying to tell you is, this is what I'm talking about. You got your episodes, so we must have our episode, because you got your episode. At least it's funny. You got your episode. Episode of something is too bland. You're in a cut-off zone. So, well, I mean, the dancing woman is gone. So then you're going to say it's nonsense. Of course, we want to smoke. But what I'm happy about is we've got an episode. Your episodes are not good enough. They're not good enough for yourself. So why in the first place? You should support the local business. But that's what I mean. We were used to be friends until you chose the opposition. But the biggest opposition is yourself. Because maybe the woman must have called all the biker gangs. What about the grown men? Our parents, the so-called dirtbag. That's American stuff. They don't want to be a wimp. But that's what I mean. It's too cold-hearted. You know, the fashion of today is hurting people. But that's the problem when you're losing oxygen. Oxygen is too stupid. Even worse is trying to be an old person. Well, what I think is, you won't live to that age. So what I think is, well, does it matter? To hell with what you're doing. You could be doing quantum physics like Ant-Man. You could be doing heart surgery. You could be doing brain surgery. We're depending on the system of one person. In this world, you can't fight with everything. Well, it works until you realize you've got to go to sleep. You know what I mean? But that's what I mean. Don't copy somebody. Because both my parents are geniuses. So I'm genetically designed, not denied. You've been denied. I got money. But that's what it looks like. Looks like just a few $100, you know what I mean? But yeah, at least it's good with security. But what does that do in the ultimate battle? But all those things, etc. But you got to think about what I'm talking about. At least it's funny. You know what I mean? You fart in something. You could fart out a whole universe. You're talking about Star Wars. You can't levitate. How can you levitate without a thing? So, but that's what I'm saying. You got to jump. So it's like a movie. So if you got a movie, have it to yourself. It's too hot for your bullshit. This is the temperature of Africa. So you must be climatizing. Yeah, but I mean, my dad's not a problem. The neighbor's not a problem. Well, there's a lot of problems. For one, we in the Oompa Loompa, in the jungle, we in the foreigner's place. But if the wind can blow away, if somebody can talk about these chapatis and Indian cutoff zone, go for nice Indians, nice people. Don't be trying to hassle my parents. But that's what I'm talking about. You can't go forward, can't go back. He's old. It's not old. He's got a right to complain. But what I'm saying is, that's how it is for colored people. It's like just another day in America. The only difference is, well, you got your episodes. So if you got your episode, but it's another episode. The episode of the world, the wasp nest technology, have it to yourself. How can you talk about those people, my day? Unless you can stand like this. But I mean, if you got your episode, your episode is not even complete. You just showed us. But that's what I mean. It's like just another episode. Only difference is we're together. Because the problem with you, if I can't be with my children, then of course the children have decided, yeah, but it's as easy as stepping out of the picture. As easy as hiding away. Because it's not seen doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But because you made it to this level, patience is a virtue. Power is stuff, but money is only paper. Gold is only something. But if this is the world, well, that's what I mean. The darkness and stuff, facing the monster. It's a rotating knuckle bone, but that's an episode. It's not just an episode for education, but you got your episodes. Well, surely the empire must have their episodes. Well, at least it's funny. Person will say you want to do something. I'll say, yeah, but wants to know what I said. Well, I said I'll blow up something. What's the point of blowing up something? There's no point in this will mess you up. End up checking what happened. Well, that's what I'm saying. You got your episodes. What do you know about white people? You don't know anything about anyone. All you know is copying someone. But that's all right. As long as you realize it's bedtime. It's not bedtime. You got your episodes, so that's just another episode, mate. For the empire, mate. Give you something decent. Those sort of things are like the problem with you. You're always choosing the wrong person. But you don't know anything about what I mean. But that's what I mean. The last few minutes. This is more than meditation. It's a secret society. But like any place in the universe, if it's hidden, then of course it exists. Of course it's horrible. But the worst part about it, you got your episode, so it's just another episode. Only difference is you're like so close to the vampire. So what I think is maybe they're out of options. We all seen that, mate. So how can some African in the slums of Africa do that? Well, that's enough of that shit. But it's another episode, mate. Yeah, but thank you for the help. Doesn't make a difference. But it makes all the difference to everybody. You're on the carpet, you know what I mean? You're on the carpet, so of course we missed the opportunity. But even better, we're out of the ancient world. So we'll get there step by step. Step by step. Well, I mean, you're talking about Vietnam. You're talking about all these fantasies. Don't be threatening people, mate. Unless you got the muscle and the power, mate. Well, don't be threatening gangs. Well, gangs fight. Well, what else are we supposed to do, mate? If you're going to put those options where we're fighting for our life, I caught these people. They're done and dusted. I'd rather just pay, mate. Well, that's what I mean. We connected, mate. Well, you got your episodes, so you know what I mean. It's another episode, mate. But standing up, mate. Of course, it's a horrible place to live. It used to be beautiful, but there's so many places around the universe, around the world. So why do we need to be sober? The first thing to do, pay your debts off. Well, we managed to get a thing. He is not stupid. As stupid as he is my bodyguard. What I'm upset about is, was he stabbed or is he too scared? That's what I am upset about. Well, that's why I done that. Because for one, it's another episode, so what I'm happy about, well, I got you, but I mean, there's no point in trying to worry about the thing. What I'm talking about is, all these people can do something, but you can't do nothing if you've got to sleep, if you're incapacitated. Well, that's what the empire is talking about. If you think about it, oh, well, that's what I'm saying. We in the jungle, the Skrilla. Well, you face to face with the thing, but it's too hot for your bullshit. So it's impossible. Unless you're trying to climatize us. But that's what I'm talking about. Patience, mate. Maybe today we can try to get episodes like a normal person. Don't say he's mad. Maybe he could be suffering, but the first thing is pay your debts off. Your debts that you owe us. Your debts that you owe C-Dub and all these people. And his girlfriend, his wife and stuff. Well, that's what I mean. They're saying I got no children. He's got a whole life. Well, now we can have an episode of yours. Your episodes are a point away from disaster. But I guess it happens all over the universe. But that's another episode, mate. An episode for all the members out there. That's enough of those people. But yeah, that's another episode, mate.